And we're live.
Back with Flamingo Fight Talk. I am your host, Kelby, Cedric. And with me today is Derek Schramm. We're going to get right back into it. We just did our main card event live. It was unexpected. We didn't expect to do that. I was playing around with it like a week ago, seeing if I could figure out how to do it live. And somehow it kept it up on our channel for a whole week to where we could just
Yeah, you left
automatically
the
go.
settings, so.
And now I figured out how to redo it, and it's going to be a lot faster now whenever we want to do it in the future. To the 8 people that was watching us, we're back. We're going to talk about the prelims, and let's get right into it, buddy. You take it over from here.
All right, let's go to the main event of the prelims. We got the Bellator fight on UFC. Aaron Pico versus Patricio Pitbull. Both these guys, a lot of hype in Bellator. Bellator got bought by PFL, and they found their way to the UFC. And neither one of them have quite really got it. Neither one of them quite really lived up to the hype. Aaron Pico has, been one of the most hyped prospects in the sport for several years now. He's racked up 5 losses, all at key times. I'm trying to move up in his career. Loses the big fights is kind of his story. And now he's in the UFC. He lost his first fight against to Lerone Murphy via spinning back elbow. And here he is fighting Pitbull. And Patricio, he's a monster. He's good, but he's definitely on the way out. 24-6 in Bellator and 1-1 in the UFC. If Aaron Pico can beat Patricio Pitbull, it is by far the best person Aaron Pico's ever beat.
Pico has definitely evolved into a very disciplined style wrestler with heavy hands. Pitbull is obviously a seasoned striker, but he is 38 years old right now. He may struggle with Pico's relentless pressure and pace on him. But Pitbull was a fan favorite. So it's kind of Pico, too. Pico's kind of gotten up and become more of a fan favorite. Pico is a major favorite in the betting books at a negative 340. A lot of people are saying it's a safe pick going with Pico. I don't know. Still going with Pitbull right now. I think
Yeah, no,
can definitely get the win on you.
he's the biggest favorite on the card, and I don't think Aaron Pico has demonstrated the ability for people to trust him that much. So
Correct.
I definitely would say go with Pitbull for the upset, but Pitbull has not looked good since getting. I mean, he's 1-1. The loss to Ige and the win again, or the win against Ige and the loss to Rodriguez, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, this is one of those fights. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be equal. Your call's in another window. What the fuck? All right. But it's going to be equal. Well, they're saying it's not going to be equal. I think it's going to be a very equal fight. I think it's going to be a fun
Yeah,
one.
I don't think it's. I think we're going to see how it goes. I think it's definitely it's definitely a very interesting fight on the card. That I want to see how that ends up breaking down. Anything else you want to say on it?
No, I ain't got nothing else to say on that.
All right, moving down, we got one.
We
That
are
goes
not
action.
live, by the way. Just give you a heads up.
We're not live.
No, because when I finished the recording on the last one, it canceled it. So this is just a
So it's
normal
just me
recording.
sitting there for.
Huh?
It was just me sitting there for like 3 minutes.
Yeah. That's Oh, before I could edit this out. That is wild that you have a test run and it still sends it actually live. What was
Yeah. So
that?
is it a one-time use on the thing or whatever? Let's just get through the
Oh,
show.
I'm okay with it, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But you don't have to act like it's live or anything.
All right. Randy Brown versus Kevin Holland. What a fight. What a fight. This is probably going to be the other contender for the fight of the night on this card. This is a great fight. Are you
Uh-huh.
playing with it, trying to figure out what's going on?
Huh?
Were you playing with it, trying to figure out what's going on?
No, it just like you went away.
Well, oh, it just switched. All right. I don't know what happened. Did you hear what I said? Yes
No,
or
I
no?
heard nothing.
All right, Randy Brown just switched again. Okay, Randy Brown versus Kevin Holland. It's the other fight on the card that could very well be the contender for fight of the night. It's a fun fight. The 28-15 Kevin Holland, the Trailblazer, taking on the 20-7 Rude Boy Randy Brown. Both these guys, I'm pretty sure, coming off losses. Kevin Holland, coming off on 2-5 losing streak against D-Rod and Mike Malott, even though that Mike Malott fight was a little sus. Brown coming off a loss to Gabriel Bonfim.
Yes. Kevin Holland has a significant reach advantage. I don't know what I said at this point, but he has a significant reach advantage, but has definitely struggled against like a lot of people that do a lot of leg kicks. And Brown uses a lot of leg kicks, and Kevin Holland has always been vulnerable to leg kicks. He doesn't check them at the most efficient rate. Usually he gets hurt pretty badly with some of the leg kicks. This is definitely one of those pick 'em fights. I think With Kevin Holland being an underdog, I'm still picking Kevin Holland in this fight. Slight
Kevin
underdog.
Holland's always a great pick as an underdog,
Yeah.
especially against a guy that's going to be a striker. Randy Brown, he doesn't. I mean, he's a good fighter. He is good and dangerous, but he doesn't. Here's the thing. I think I actually might. I'm going to be picking Randy Brown to win this fight because I think Kevin Holland, if he was dialed in and focused, fighting to the best of his ability, can
Yeah.
beat Randy Brown. But Kevin Holland doesn't fight to the best of his ability. He goes in there and has fun, and Randy Brown is actually normally pretty good at not getting drawn into gunfights, even though he's good in them and good at remaining disciplined. And I think Kevin Holland's going to have too much fun in there, and he's going to get got.
Kevin Holland is definitely a person that gets got, and he is the most notorious person that gets got because he is notoriously a person that likes to have a lot of fun in the ring. He doesn't talk nowhere near as much as he used to in the ring, but he still likes to play around, and I've always loved that about Kevin Holland. He might have more wins if he didn't do all that kind of nonsense, but going up against somebody like Brown, man, you might have to hold down a little bit. You need to get a couple more wins, Kevin Holland. You're not looking too good kind of recently.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like when you play this game of like I'll just fight anyone, I'll bounce
yeah,
between two divisions, yada yada yada. And you play this type of game, what ends up happening is you get a couple losses and you stagnate, and then it's like, well, what are we doing here? I know he's just, hey, boy just wants to have fun, but like,
yeah.
it's like, what are we doing here? It's definitely a issue I think that he's going to be having here now. And again, a loss against Randy Brown, that's not a that wouldn't be good for him.
No, it would not be good for him by any means necessary. This is the fight that I think Kevin Holland and his coaches have to know that this is the fight he needs to win. And it sounds crazy enough, but even though he's a fan favorite, they'll still send you out of the UFC even if you're a fan favorite. If you don't get the wins, you have to get the wins. As simple as that. To a point.
I had two of one. How many what's Derek Lewis's streak right now?
Derek loses streak. Well, Derek Lewis is a special individual. When your balls get hot,
Oh,
they stay hot.
Derek Lewis is special, but Kevin Holland is not. He's only on a one fight losing streak. I forgot he was on two recently. Anyways, it's a good fight, man. That's gonna be fun. I would pick Randy Brown to win this fight by KO. I know you're disagreeing with me, but
I disagree with you. I'm deleting this. Okay, cool.
the
Got it.
YouTube videos.
Well, yeah, it popped up on my phone as a notification. Your 3-minute video is going to be published here shortly. And I'm like, no. No. But right back into it, Kevin Holland is going to win by knockout. This might be our first big disagreement of the night.
I mean, hey, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
The next fight on the card, and this is one I'm actually wicked excited for. This is another one. Esteban Ribovic, El Gringo. He's 4-2 in the UFC. His two losses are against Lok Radzhabov and Nasrat Hakparas, which are not great losses to have.
No.
But he has two very standout wins now over Terrence McKinney and Daniel Zellhuber. He is a 3-time Fight of the Night winner going against the gamer, number 8 in the lightweight division,
Yeah.
Mateusz Gamrot. This, I think, is a little similar to what we were talking about the Curtis Blades, Josh Hokick situation,
Yes.
where, except, that's a dead division. Lightweight is still a stacked division, but they're breaking up that top 10. These guys there, toward the bottom half of that top 10, Paddy Pimblett, Dan Hook. Pimblett's probably going to stick around, but Pimblett, Hooker, Gamrot, Moicano, Rufi, they're going to start, and even the guys below them with Fazeev, Darush, and Chandler. These guys, they've held on a long time. That Rufi, I think, still can go up. I know I mentioned him on the going down. I think he still has a run in him though. But we always talk about how the lightweights hang on. Mateusz Gamrot, absolutely part of that just legendary,
He is.
Lightweights beats. He has some great wins. He beat Armin Sarukian. That was a different Armin, but multiple performance of the night winner. He's Kimura Jeremy Stevens. He's beat Fazeev. He's beat RDA. His big losses: Darush, Hooker, Oliveira.
Yeah.
Guram Kultuladze. But Esteban Rejovic, he's good. But Matoush, he's 35. He's getting old now. So how do you feel? Is this a wrestler versus striker matchup? How does this play out to you?
Gamrot is an elite chain wrestler. He does average over 5 takedowns per fight. How do you say the other guy's name? Esteban?
Ribovic?
Ripovic.
That's what I'm
Ripovic.
going with.
I can never
You
say
can call him El Gringo.
Ringo. I don't know. What was I say? Ripovic is a dangerous knockout artist coming off of a huge win over Elvis Burner, and he's definitely shown great improvements in his recent fights in the takedown defense area, which is going to be very critical in this type of fight. I definitely lean towards Gamrot in this fight. The cards have Gamrot as a slight favorite, but I don't know.
Gamrot can absolutely out wrestle. He can put on a wrestle clinic and win any fight.
Yes.
We know this.
Yes.
But I think there's more going than coming these days. So, or more coming than going, however you say the phrase.
Yeah. Which is very true in this case. My gosh, this is not
El
coming
Gringo.
Ringo is one of those types of knife, man. If El Ringo definitely has shown improvements with his takedown defense, and he can definitely effectively use that against Gamrot, El Ringo's going to come away with a win in this fight all day. If Gamrot can just get him down to the ground, keep him down to the ground throughout the fight, and do some decent stand-up game right before that, Gamrot's going to win no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward.
I think I'm leaning towards Ribovic, but man, Gamrot's hard to pick against.
Yeah.
Man. Especially when he's going against a guy that's not ranked.
Yeah.
It's not like this is a top 5 guy fighting Gamrot, which he normally loses though. So he always has potential.
Yeah.
Sorry to win them, but it is always interesting. Anything else to say on this one?
No, we can definitely get on to the Tatiana Suarez versus good old Loopy.
Loopy Godinez versus Tatiana Suarez. You know what's funny about Tatiana? She was just gone for so long.
Yeah.
Injury, kept her out basically all the early 2020s. She kind of had a little bit of a run. Here's some, and that's the thing, it's so weird. Ready for some of these wins?
Go ahead.
Carla Esparza, Alexa Grasso. Both of those were finishes. Both of those are champions. She beat all the way back in 2018.
Yeah.
She beat Montana De La Rosa in 2023 with a guillotine. That's good. She choked out Jessica Andrade, just another champion. And then she sat out for another 2 years, not getting fights. And then she got her title fight loss, her first loss in her career against Weili Zhang. And she came back and beat Amanda Lemos. But, Tatiana doesn't look necessarily good anymore. She used to be super dominant in her wins, for just wrestling, getting the win with a submission. And now her game just kind of seems dated.
Yeah.
And granted, it's been, almost 10 years or 8 years since, she kind of first, not necessarily first came in, but when she started really building her streak. Obviously, she fought in 2023 and then got the title fight after that. But it's you get what I'm saying. It's she has a dated game, and because the injury has kept her out so long, I don't think she's really developed the modern game that other female fighters have nowadays. However, she's still a dynamic threat because of her strength in wrestling. Meanwhile, Lupi Godinez is just a fun talent, but
yes. Indeed,
9-5.
Yeah.
So
this says it all right there. This is gonna be one of those fights that I could totally see and be a very dominant 3-round wrestling clinic. And
I would hope Tatiana can get it done. I think honestly, a Tatiana Suarez versus a Mackenzie Dern fight wouldn't be bad.
Suarez still is one of the best wrestlers in the women's right now.
Well, it's interesting because Dern still has an ability not to actually take the fight to the ground. That's the one ability Tatiana does have, but against the BJJ grappler and Mackenzie Dern, it could be a little fun.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of like that fight. But with Dern being the champion right now, and especially if Weili is coming back, Tatiana, she needs some wins to get there. But Lupi Godinez, if she breaks through here, she's definitely getting up there in contention.
Yep.
And it's fresh blood.
Yeah, very much fresh blood. Cut it here. Suarez by decision. It's gonna be a dominant wrestling fight versus a high durability fighter, and I still have Suarez winning it at the end of the day. You?
I pretty much agree with what you said there.
Okay. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think one of those fights gonna be very straightforward. Hey, did I
All
take us to the
right.
early prelims?
That is the prelims. We got to get into the early prelims. There's three more fights. Let me just run through them really quick because I don't have a ton to say on all the fights, okay? Going down, we got Markel Medeiros versus Chris Padilla. Chris Padilla being the only fighter on the card to miss weight by 2 pounds. He was given
Yeah.
an hour and then still missed by 2 pounds.
Yes.
20% of the purse goes to Markel Medeiros. That fight is going to be a good one. Medeiros is currently undefeated in the UFC, 3-0. Chris Padilla, he's been around a little bit longer, 4-0 in the UFC. This is a great fight. It's going to be fun. I wish Chris Padilla made weight, but,
Yeah.
be a good fight. We're going to skip the next one and talk about the opener. Charles Radke versus Francisco Prado. Radke,
Raiki is a gritty fighter who thrives in
still fun,
dogfights.
right?
Huh?
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah, he's fun.
He's fun.
He has great clinch work. Prada is younger and more explosive, but can be reckless, leaving his opponents and getting into counter situations that he doesn't want to be in. So I'm kind of leaning towards Racket in this fight. What's the betting odds
I
on
mean,
this?
this is
Racket is a
this is
favorite by 200 too.
yeah, this is absolute Racky's fight to win. Keep
Yeah.
in mind the two fighters that Racket lost to were Carlos Prates and Mike Malott. Those are both good fighters.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Prado over here, he is 1-4 UFC with his one win being against Ottoman Zaiter, with losses to Jake Matthews, Daniel Zellhuber, Jimmy Murphy, as well as Nikolay. I'm not going to pronounce his Russian last name.
Yeah.
But if you noticed, I mean, again, these are going to be fun, good fights. Definitely, I would be. Prado's probably going to get the win in the opener. Medeiros Padilla is going to be a fun action fight, and in the middle between the two, a battle of middleweights. Kelvin Gaslim takes on Vicente Luque.
Well,
Gaslam coming off of a one-fight win against Dustin Stolfus, where he missed weight in his last fight. Gaslam did, not Stolfus.
yeah.
And Vicente Luque coming in on a two-fight losing streak against Kevin Holland and Joel Alvarez. His last win in 2024, the performance of the night, Anaconda choke against Thimba Gorimbo, and Gaslam's last win again against Stolfus, but before that was in 2024 against D-Rod. Okay. And Gaslam. Damn, man. We're looking at these guys, and it's like, remember when they were both ranked?
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild
And
because they were so fun, and they still are very fun. With the
they're not the
fight,
same fighters they used to be.
yes, exactly. But with the fight itself, Gaslam is still a very much a world-class boxing guy with great wrestling abilities, but he does often struggle with larger opponents, kind of like Luque. And Luque is a technical striker with dangerous submission game, though his chin has been tested in recent wars.
You know what Luque's problem is?
What's that?
He's good.
Yeah,
Luque is good,
yeah,
but like he can get the knockout. He can get a submission, and he can go like if it goes to decision, he's not going to win. He's 16-8 in the UFC.
yes.
It's just like he's
Wow,
not.
that's my bet.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the betting odd is a negative 140 for Gaslam on the money line. So
Yeah.
because I was like, well, I expect kind of a high paced technical fight between these guys that will most likely go to the distance. I don't think they're going to try to put an insane amount of damage on each other. It's going to be a fun fight. It might turn into a war at times, but it's not going to be a war.
Okay. I don't think either guy has a long war in them.
No, they don't. It's just not.
They're both tough.
Yeah.
Luque was good.
Yeah.
What I was getting at though was like he was good and like he got up, like he got there multiple times. He like built a run. He beat Bilal Muhammad back in 2016, only to lose to Leon Edwards. in
Yes.
2017. Then he goes on like a 6-fight win streak, loses to Stephen Thompson. 4-fight win streak, loses to Bilal Muhammad, loses to Jeff Neal. And then this is where he's been back and forth now on a 2-fight losing streak. So it's like he always lost the big fights. But, by the way, after that loss to Stephen Thompson, ready for this win streak? This 4-fight? Nico Price, Randy Brown, Tyron Woodley, Michael Chiesa. Those were 2021 Woodley, but all those finishes too. And then it's the loss to Bilal Muhammad, a guy he previously beat. Kelvin Gaslim, though, like he was on, like, again, loses Tyron Woodley, beats Nate Marquardt, beats loses Neil Magny, beats Johnny Hendricks, beats Tim Kennedy, loses to Chris Weidman, beats Michael Bisping in the retirement fight, beats Jacare Souza,
Yes.
then fights Izzy, because there's the season of the Ultimate Fighter. He ends up not fighting Whitaker, and then loses to Izzy in one of the best fights of all time, loses to Darren Till, loses to Jack Hermanson, beats Ian Heinisch, loses to Robert Whitaker, loses to Jared Cannonier, beats Chris Curtis, loses to Sean Brady, beats D-Rod, loses to Pfeiffer, beats Stolfus. Gaslam just can't put a series of wins together.
Do you think in this fight, because how much knowledge you have on Kelvin Gaslim, do you think Kelvin Gaslim is going to have, well, I shouldn't say still, but is going to have a speed advantage in the early rounds against Luque?
I think Gaslim...
Because I think that's what it's really going to point down to.
Because, that's the thing. Gaslim can show up.
Yeah.
But other times he just looks like he's fine with standing in there.
Yeah, it's weird.
He doesn't fight the full fight anymore, and Luque, he can be a little guilty of that too.
Yes.
I have tremendous respect for both these guys. I've seen so much from them, and it's like I really don't know what else I want to see from them. If they have some nice veteran performances, I'm happy to see it. But I feel like they've almost kind of been there, done that now too, and they're losing more than they're winning these days. So it's kind of like I guess it's okay they're being put up against each other, but. I mean, hey, Kelvin Gaslim, missed weight his last fight, and he's the fat middleweight because he's actually a welterweight, and that's the joke. So it's what do you think? How are you feeling? I feel like I'm a little negative on this fight. I am excited for it. I'm going to be happy watching. I'm going to be wearing my Kelvin Gaslim shirt while watching this fight.
You better.
But it's like, how many more times can I watch my guy lose? Is I think where I'm at.
Well, it feels like me with Cody Garbrandt of that era.
It's worse than Cody for me. I'm going Gaslim, man.
It is. What was the exact question? You kept talking after the question.
I feel like I'm being too negative. I'm too biased because I don't want to see.
You're being very negative. You need to look at this fight.
It's a
fun fucking fight. Yeah, exactly.
Fight.
Yes, it's a great fight. No, it's a great matchmaking by the UFC in this fight. Two people that are nowhere near the top of the game anymore. Both of them were just kind of. I don't know. I don't want to say they go in there just for the paycheck, but I think they just do it for the love of the game at the same time.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, Kelvin Gaslim is funny, dude, when you watch him on some of these shorts that you see randomly. And Luque, too. I love Luque.
They're both 30.
Yeah. Which isn't that old, but they've been in the top of the game for so long, so early.
These guys both have, Luque, 24 fights in the UFC. 24 fights or 25 fights in the UFC.
Insane.
You know what I mean?
I mean, 49 fights combined at the highest promotion possible.
And that's not including the fight coming this weekend. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Retirement. You think any of them consider it?
They both should be looking at it. I hope this is not it because they deserve... They do like Nico Price. You know what I mean? Or not Nico Price. Sorry, he got screwed on his retirement. That's funny, actually. Oh, this should be done like Nico Price, tucked in the corner.
Yeah.
No, like Michael T.S. No, Cub Swanson, we're assuming he's going to get this weekend. It's like, if Kelvin Gaslim's going to do his retirement fight, he has a Hall of Fame fight against Izzy. It's a great one. They should, put him on the opening of a main card for some fight night, on the road. Let him have a main event. You know, like not the main event. It'd be wrong to put him in a main event these days. I agree with that. Luke, he doesn't have the same fan appeal as Kelvin Gaslim, but like I would feel a sort of way if their retirement fight was the second card, the second fight on the card. That's a little, I would feel a type of way. I think they deserve more than that, but they're definitely getting near it. Hey, maybe match Kelvin Gastelum against Nico Price for his retirement fight.
That would be a fun fight.
I think Nico's retired too. But
Let's just see what happens with this fight first.
it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. You ready?
But I think that is a podcast
Yes, sir.
that is not live. It stopped.
It stopped.
All right.
But all right. We know how to get it live now. I know how to do it for sure. Will we start doing live again to our 8 people that watched us live, surprisingly? I don't know.
We'll tweet out. I don't mind doing a live show. We got to do it a little more smoothly.
Yes.
I think a little earlier if we're going to do a live show.
Live show.
And yeah, but like we could absolutely do it. We can open it up to comments.
Yeah.
You could talk to us, and then we could be a real fun show. And what's even better is
it is
direct talking to you about advertisement and other types of things we could sell to you. Wouldn't that be great?
Please like and comment down below. I'm doing a rating. Who has a better Hawaiian shirt today? We did not plan this, but
we did not plan this. Yours is definitely more colorful. Mine's a nice, light, smooth one. But tell you what, next week I'll bring my A game on the Hawaiians.
Bring the A game on the Hawaiians. You never know. We might have a Max Holloway update. I don't know.
It may be. Maybe we'll be wearing Hawaiian shorts, and maybe we'll be selling Hawaiian shirts. If you want a good Hawaiian shirt, go on Amazon. The brand Kofandy is very good and very slimming if you're a bigger guy.
Yes.
I will happily talk their stuff, and that is a genuine endorsement, actually.
Shout out to Oscar De La Hoya. Shout out to my buddy over there, Derek Schramm, and shout out to me.
Bro, we need to get you a new poster. By the way, we're not going to talk about this, buddy.
Yeah.
But Tyson Fury, boxing on Netflix.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Coming, yeah.
Before the fight. One of the best boxers of all time, fighting for free. Check it out.
Check it out.
Have a good one, guys.
Peace.
And that is a show. Thank you so much for watching Flamingo Fight Talk. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
Please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. Be on the lookout for our YouTube Live. See you next time. Stay on the Flamingo side. Peace.